Morty. It'll be fine.
Hello everybody, welcome to the ProDota Cup, sponsored by Azubu. I am the Opinion Engineer. You can find me on Twitter at OpinionEngineer. We are just about to get started with the picks here. A few bans already out. Looks like the Faceless Void, Vengeful Spirit, Enchantress, and Outworld Devourer have all been banned out. We will see what Power of Friendship wants to start with their first pick.
Oh man, Rick, there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero! 5 seconds, Morty. It'll be fine. Well, what do you know? It's reserve time.
Looks like Power of Friendship's taking their sweet time to make their first selection here. Probably just trying to decide what exactly is the best strategy to deal with Archon here. So they go with the nice stable pick of Tusk. So let's give him some nice initiation and some nice escape, you could say, with the Snowball, saving people from a wide variety of spells. And we'll see Archon open one up with a Lone Druid pick, followed up closely by they take the Invoker, likely going to be run in the mid lane. We'll see what Power of Friendship want to start to pick up to help deal with this Lone Druid and Invoker.
Yeah, 5 seconds left now. Reserve time.
Again, dropping into the reserve time. Plenty of debating going on over on the Power of Friendship side, it seems. So just to remind everybody what this game is here, this is a best of 3 in the lower bracket quarterfinals. Let me make sure it's actually the lower bracket here of the ProDota Cup, and this is a single elimination here. So whichever team loses is going home. And let me look here. So this is not the lower bracket. It's single elimination, so there would be no lower bracket. So this is the quarterfinals. Loser is going home, and don't see a prize pool listed, so I have no idea what the loser gets.
Oh man, Rick, there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero.
See the Zeus come out for the
5 seconds left now.
Power of Friendship side, hoping that he can deal with this Invoker in the mid lane. Then we see the Bat Rider banned out from Power of Friendship, not wanting to deal with Blink Lasso. It's a pretty easy way to kill a Zeus.
Oh man, Rick, there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero. 5 seconds, Morty. It'll be fine. Reserve time.
No follow-up ban out of Team Archon yet. Maybe trying to decide what to throw out here. So they actually throw out the Lich. A bit of an odd ban, but maybe Power of Friendship is running the Lich often.
Dire team ban.
We see the Beastmaster banned out by Power of Friendship. Again, trying to get rid of some of the lockdown that will really cripple the Zeus. He doesn't have much escape, and
Oh man,
you know, the
Rick, there's only
long-range
10 seconds
roar
left to
or
pick a
the
hero.
lasso will really
5 seconds,
highlight the
Morty.
fact that
It'll
the
be
Zeus
fine.
is not really able to get away.
Reserve time.
See the Weaver
Dire team pick.
being banned out by Team Archon. Again, another odd ban out. They apparently have some information that I do not.
Night Stalker.
See the Night Stalker come up from
Come on, Radiant
Archon.
team, you gotta pick 'em right.
This will likely be a support Night Stalker.
Oh man, Rick, there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero.
Yeah, 5 seconds left now. Hey, Morty, guess what time it is?
I don't know, Rick, what is it?
It's reserve time!
No third pick out from Power of Friendship yet.
Witch Doctor.
So they actually go with the Witch Doctor.
Come on, Dire team.
So that
pick
should
it
round
pretty
out
good.
their supporting lineup. Unless this Tusk is going to be more of an off lane Tusk, then we'd see another support coming out.
Oh man, Rick, there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero. Radiant team pick.
See an Ogre Magi picked up by the side of Team Archon. This is really their first stun. With an Ether Lens, Ogre Magi will be able to get in range a little bit easier for that stun.
Oh man, Rick, there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero.
5 seconds, Morty. It'll be fine. Well, what do you know? It's reserve time.
Slaughter.
So Team Archon will need to pick up
Dire team
a
ban.
hard carry here. Power of Friendship is going to need probably an off laner, so we should see Archon ban out an off
man,
laner
Rick,
most of the
there's
time.
only 10
Well,
seconds
Slark
left to
could,
pick a
or
hero.
Slardar could be ran in the off lane.
Yeah,
It really
5
depends on what
seconds
Power of
left now.
Friendship wants to do. They don't need to worry too much about
Reserve time.
pushing coming out of Team Archon with only a lone druid. The team fight on either side is fairly well. Power of Friendship has about 3 stuns, only one of them being fairly easy to land, being the cask, but a Blink Crush is pretty easy to land once the Slaughter can actually get up some levels. So this Power of Friendship team will be pretty scary once everybody can get up a few levels and Slaughter can get out the Blink Dagger. Team Archon will be able to run at you fairly fast. As soon as the Ogre Magi has level 2, between the Ignite and Fire Blast, he can run you down fairly easily. He's got plenty of HP regen, so the laning stage will go fairly well for him, especially with the Night Stalker stuns coming out. I won't have too much trouble.
Whew, Radiant team ban. Oh man, Rick, there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero.
5 seconds, Morty. It'll be fine.
So it looks like Archon believes that the Slardar
Go,
is going to be an
Dire
off lane,
team.
so
Pick
they
'em up,
throw
pick 'em
out
out.
the PA. We actually see a Bane banned out by Power of Friendship. Probably didn't need to ban out the Bane. This Ogre Magi and Night Stalker are going to be the support cast. They probably should have focused on a hard carry.
Oh man, Rick, there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero!
Yeah, 5 seconds left now. Well, what do you know? It's
Oh man,
reserve
Rick,
time.
there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero!
Yeah, 5 seconds left now.
Using up all of their reserve time here. So they go with the
Come on, Radiant team,
Dark
pick 'em
Seer.
right.
So it looks like the Dark Seer will take up the offlane. They'll let the Lone Druid be the hard farmer here, and we'll see the Invoker take up the mid. It'll take the side of Archon a little bit to get up and rolling besides their supports, but their supports should be able to buy him enough time to get a few items up on this Lone Druid and
Oh,
a few
man,
levels
Rick, there's
on
only
this
10 seconds
Invoker.
left to pick a hero.
Darkseer can do okay, but he really needs like
5
level
seconds, Morty.
11 before
It'll be
he can
fine.
really have too much of an impact, as he needs to really get Ion Shell leveled
Oh,
up
man,
along with the
Rick, there's only
vacuum.
10 seconds left to pick a hero.
Unless he can get a really fast blink and land an
5
amazing
seconds,
vacuum
Morty.
into
It'll
the
be
wall.
fine.
So Power of Friendship goes for a Phantom Lancer, looking like they are ready to push this late if need be. So we'll jump into game 1 of Team Archon vs. Power of Friendship in just a minute here. Each side has a carry that's going to need plenty of farm to get up and rolling, but really depending on the item prioritization of the Lone Druid or the Phantom Lancer, they could begin to fight a little bit earlier than normal. We'll see if the Lone Druid actually wants to rush out that Radiance, and we'll see what Phantom Lancer actually wants to go for first.
Oh man, Rick,
He
there's only
needs
10 seconds
several
left to
items
pick a
really
hero.
to be able to be effective in team
Yeah,
fights.
5
Otherwise,
seconds
he's
left now.
fairly squishy and doesn't do too much damage. Archon has a little bit of AoE with the Darkseer Ion Shells and Invoker throwing out the meatballs. So they shouldn't have too much trouble dealing with the Phantom Lancer, assuming he doesn't just snowball out of control here. Pause comes out from the Witch Doctor. Everybody's here, so it looks like they just need a couple seconds to get things sorted out. No indication of what we needed this pause for here. Hopefully it doesn't last too much longer and we can get underway. Again, this is the ProDota Cup and looks like we are ready to go.
Grace to you.
Scouting Sunstrike comes out from the Invoker right away here. He'll just check and see if they are running out of the well or if they're all TPing out right now. No sort of funny business like that going on just yet. We can see up top the Ogre Magi TP'd straight to the top tier 1 lane to get a deep lane ward down, but then he'll just remain in his jungle. We'll see any sort of smokes coming out from either team. Power of Friendship just moving up as a cohesive unit minus this Darkseer up top. Looks like Snaking broke his game. Put himself in the trees just in case. And so I imagine it'll be another minute or so here. And this game will actually get going. Sorry, did I say this Darkseer up here? This is the Slardar. Pictures look remarkably similar here. So it looks like Snaking's back on the Slardar. And he is ready to go. Should unpause in a second here. Witch Doctor puts down a lane ward that'll get him a little bit of vision of the river. It doesn't give him vision of the ruin, but they'll see if anybody's really rotating up and around towards them. See Power Friendship just setting up here, trying to make sure that Zeus can actually get this bottle. Witch Doctor missing uphill. He's got to be careful about walking uphill here. But luckily the Ogre Magi and Invoker are all up top, so they shouldn't really have much trouble securing this bottom rune for the Zeus. And the Invoker won't have any trouble taking the top rune himself.
Who's blowing that stupid horn?
And we see the Zeus pick up the rune here, sitting on 500 gold. He'll go for a quick bottle. Looks like the Invoker spent most of his money. He'll buy a salve with that money and have it sent right out to him. Doesn't need to worry about the courier getting sniped. No one really in position to do that. See Whitebeard stick around on this Night Stalker to get a little bit out of early harass out onto the Zeus, trying to buy the Invoker as much time as possible to get up a level or two. See the Zeus taking quite a bit of damage from this Night Stalker here. And Night Stalker's really not worried about leaving anytime soon. He's got this ward to watch his back, and he can see everybody else in the lane, so he knows there's nobody missing yet. You see the Phantom Lancer throwing out a last strike onto this Darkseer, and with one last run click, the Witch Doctor will actually pick him up. Looks like the Darkseer almost was able to pick up the Witch Doctor, but he's able to run back underneath the tower with the help of the coconut to save his life. Slardar taking a lot of damage from this Ogre Magi, but unfortunately he's out of mana and won't be able to clean up the Slardar. See the Slardar salve back up and he'll be just fine. See the Tusk rotating down to the mid to try to help out this poor Zeus against this Night Stalker. He'll just snowball forward and just trade right clicks with this Night Stalker here. Try to push him back behind the Invoker here. And we'll see a dual lane setup in the mid. See Ogre Magi has the mana for it Ignite. They'll throw out a little more damage onto the Slardar, but he'll pop Sprint and just walk away. Frostbite comes out onto the, or Cold Snap, sorry, comes out onto the Zeus, but not enough damage to actually finish him off there, so he'll pop the salve and heal back up. See the Night Stalker head up towards the top to pick up an Arcane Rune. We'll see what he can do with that. See the Darkseer up in the jungle. Decided not to come down to the bottom lane to feed any more kills, and he'll just focus on farming up there. Ogre Magi about to crack level 2, maybe with the stun they'll be able to pick off this Slardar. Invoker, 250 gold on him, and he's got Brown Boots heading out to him right now. Night Stalker actually picks up a Quelling Blade. We'll look and see what he wants to do with that. Tusk heading back to the jungle. Looks like he'll just work on stacking up some camps for whoever wants to use them. Up top, Slardar just trying to get as much experience in, a few last hits if he's able to safely. He'll just get harassed away by the Lone Druid ranged right clicks. Phantom Lancer, obviously number 1 on the last hit board because he is farming uncontested. But Lone Druid also having equally good time, as the Slardar isn't really able to get much harass onto him for fear of him dying. See the Darkseer pick up a Soul Ring. That'll just help him accelerate his farm in the jungle. Maybe he'll look to head back to the bottom lane now because he can start double pumping some Ion Shells out, and looks like he will start to make the long trek down to the bottom lane, or he might head up into the jungle here. Slardar down to 270 HP, out of regen. He'll have to stay pretty far back. Won't be able to get too much experience here. Zeus has his bottle up, snowball up onto this. Night Stalker might be able to pick him off here. Crush comes out, and Zeus will have the mana for a few more spells. This should be the death of the Night Stalker here. Going towards the Zeus. They'll actually head up towards the Invoker here. Looks like he'll try to trade for the Slardar. Crush comes out, stuns him out, won't be able to get that. And a quick 2 for 0 going in the way of Power of Friendship, with both the kills actually picked up by the Zeus. See the Zeus head down to the bottom lane now to refill his bottle and heal back up. Then he'll start heading back to the mid as soon as possible. Hopefully the Tusk doesn't die to the Night Stalker in the meantime here. See the Zeus thought about that and sent the illusion down the mid to draw out the void from the Night Stalker. Slardar heading back to the top. Now that he has brown boots up and a ring of protection, he might feel a little safer up here, but still needs to be pretty careful. Zeus still 7 last hits behind the Invoker here because of the Night Stalker harass in the early game, but he'll slowly look to bring that back around. Ogre Magi diving onto the Slardar here, but now him and the Lone Druid will need to back out as the Zeus and Tusk are rotating over. And they'll walk out in plenty of time. Slardar will use this opportunity to get a couple last hits, a little bit of experience. Night Stalker hunting for the Zeus behind the tier 1 here. And we'll see if he wants to head over towards the Slardar to try to cut him off. If this Lone Druid wants to go for another dive. They can see the Tusk hiding in the wings here, so he won't be able to get too much of a surprise onto this Invoker. Looks like Slardar will come through the river here and just kind of figure out where the heck this Night Stalker actually went. Not able to find him. Night Stalker almost got spotted out by the courier there. Doesn't look like they saw him. Didn't see any pings come out from the side of Power of Friendship. Night Stalker pinging himself out saying, hey, what should I do? I'm back here. And so it looks like he's trying to get this Lone Druid and Ogre Magi to push this Slardar a little bit here, see if they can get him to get himself a little low so the Night Stalker can come in and clean up the kill. We'll see Fluff running forward on this Ogre Magi, trying to pick off this Slardar. Long range Fire Blast to come out and actually miss the Sunstrike thanks to that. Or he popped the sprint, was able to get away. And they'll blame Lag for missing the Sunstrike. Maybe. But the Witch Doctor will TP in and look to help out the Slardar here. So this shouldn't be the death of the Slardar with the Witch Doctor heals coming out for him. Lone Druid in the meantime. Up to 660 gold. Brown boots on the hero. Gloves of haste. Boots of speed up on the Spirit Bear. Plus an Iron Talon. Night Stalker completed his Iron Talon. Has a Mango. Witch Doctor 760 gold. Brown boots. He's probably trying to just finish fast Arcane boots. Ogre Magi. Just brown boots and 90 gold. Phantom Lancer, who's been farming down here on the bottom, uncontested, 900 gold, power treads, and a quelling blade. Dark Seer, soul ring on him, nothing on the courier. And brown boots. Invoker, 1200 gold up on him, plus boots of speed. Looks like he's going sort of Exort heavy, so he might be looking to finish a fast. Hand of Midas. Zeus 120 gold up on him. Bottled up Arcane Rune and Arcane Boots. Courier just heading home with a stick for the Zeus. Continue this engagement here. Snowball in from the Tusk, trying to pick off this Night Stalker before he can actually get away. Crush actually missed, or not even used by the Slardar. They're not even able to get anybody. Quick Crush comes out. Might be able to pick off the Night Stalker here. Needs one more right click from the Slardar to be able to get it. Fluff bottling up, or salving up quickly on that Ogre Magi, and looks like they'll turn around and try to re-engage here. Spirit Bearer landing some hits, not able to get the root, so they'll have to give that fight up. Zeus Arcane Ruin up now. He'll just kind of push forward a little bit the best he can. And we'll see the Night Stalker TP back to the mid to continue to help out this Ogre.
Whoa, initiating killing spree mode.
And the Invoker will go down underneath the Thunder God's Wrath. And they might be able to pick off this Night Stalker. They are. To help that Arcane Rune's able to throw out spells a lot faster than maybe they'd anticipate. And his mana pool was deceptively more full than it appeared to be because of all that extra gold. Or because of all that extra mana usage. Probably see a Hand of Midas come out for the Lone Druid next year, sitting on 1500 gold, and Gloves of Haste on the Bear. We'll actually see the Invoker pick up quick Phase Boots. Ring of Aquila now completed for the Phantom Lancer. Ring of Regen comes out for the Darkseer, probably looking to go for a quick mech. And it looks like the Lone Druid has his Hand of Midas recipe flying out as expected. So we can see 8 minutes in, Lone Druid currently ahead of the Zeus by about 600 gold. And the Phantom Lancer right behind this Zeus. Expect the Lone Druid to start pulling away fairly quickly here, unless a bunch of kills come out for the side of Power of Friendship with the help of this Midas. Line drawn by the Slardar, looking to smoke up, head into the jungle here. They'll find out the Invoker, snowball forward, they'll put the Slardar in there, Crush will come out, Coconut will come out, and this will be the death of the Slardar with the help, or death of the Invoker, with the help of the Thunder God's Wrath coming out from the Zeus. See the Night Stalker in the area running away. Phantom Lancer being harassed down by this Darkseer. Slardar and Zeus both moving into the bottom lane here. Looking to hopefully catch out either this Darkseer or Ogre Magi.
Oh, they're back. Who would have thought?
See Bounty Rune picked up by the Zeus. Has a Staff of Wizardry up. We'll see what he wants to actually complete first. Maybe something like a Yule Scepter. Slardar, 600 gold towards his Blink Bagger, has his Tranquil Boots up. Night Stalker, 260 gold up on him. Not sure what he wants to go for first. Could be something like an Urn of Shadows. Arcane Boots completed for the Witch Doctor. We'll see if he wants to try to rush out a fast Aghanim Scepter, or if he wants to go for something like a Force Staff, sorry. Making up all sorts of items today. Darkseer continues to push in this bottom lane with the help of the Ogre Magi. We see the Phase Boots comes out for the Lone Druid. Phantom Lancer just kind of farming up in the woods while the Darkseer pushes up the lane, trying not to get caught out here by Fluff, who's almost cracked his level 6. And we'll see how lucky he actually is on this Ogre Magi. Ignite comes out onto the Witch Doctor, just a little bit of harassment onto him. Phantom Lancer will work on pushing him out of the lane. Phantom Lancer will move back into the lane, trying to keep this pushed up as much as possible. Doesn't want this Darkseer to get a tower. A couple smokes come out for this Tusk here. We'll see them group up and maybe look to smoke in and try and get this Lone Druid, who's been still just kind of farming off on his own. Now up to 800 gold ahead of the Zeus. smoke out for the Tusk here. But he's got an Invis Ruin right now. Doesn't need to use it quite yet. Look to see if he can get a Snowball in onto this Invoker here. Invis Snowball comes out, immediately followed up by a Crush. Kind of stacked the spells a little bit there, but Zeus has plenty of damage to actually finish him off with the Phantom Lancer moving in here. We'll see the Darkseer and the Ogre Magi trying to find this Witch Doctor in the woods here. He'll start the TP out and just barely able to get this Fire Blast out to actually kill this Witch Doctor. And then they'll look to take out this Tier 1 tower in the bottom. And Power of Friendship will take out the Tier 1 in the mid. So in the end, a 1-for-1 and a 1-for-1 for the tower. We actually see 500 gold swing the way of Archon after that.
Oh, not good.
1600 gold up now for the Lone Druid. We'll see if he wants to get the Radiance now that he has the Hand of Midas up. 800 gold away from completing the mech over on this Darkseer. We'll see Jo on this Lone Druid just kind of finish off the creeps a little bit before he actually leaves the Radiant Jungle here. 600 gold up for this Ogre Magi. We'll see if he wants to try to just complete some Arcane Boots or what he actually wants for his next item after the boots. Zeus actually went for the Force Staff to get himself a little bit of escape and repositioning. You can see the Phantom Lancer not really scared about farming with the Ogre Magi and unaccounted for. Looks like he is just 100 gold away from completing his Drums of Endurance. Slardar not going for a Blink first. Looks like he will be picking up a Force Staff first, hoping that he has a little bit better luck with the Force Staff than a Blink Dagger. Invoker, 1500 gold up on him now, and it looks like he will be going for the little bit delayed Hand of Midas. There's the recipe coming out for him. 900 gold up for this Night Stalker now, plus a Gloves of Haste. He may be going for a Hand of Midas as well. Looks like Archon is ready to go Hand of Midas gaming here, thinking that they need to push this a little bit late. Witch Doctor, 600 gold up on him, has the Arcane Boots completed. Tusk, Arcane Boots completed. Magic Wand completed, 300 gold. We'll see this Darkseer and Lone Druid kind of heading down the lane here. Zeus is rolling in on the side with the smoked up Tusk. He'll snowball forward onto this Darkseer to try to catch him before he can actually get the Surge out. Slardar will run in, just able to get the Crush out and onto the other side of the line here. Witch Doctor will throw out the Death Ward. Phantom Lancer going deep onto this Lone Druid here. We'll see if he can actually pick him off. Zeus is in the area. Thunder God's Wrath will clean up this Lone Druid. Quick 2-for-0 going the way of Power of Friendship. Hand of Midas comes out from the Invoker. Took him a little bit to get that 1500 gold swing going the way of Power of Friendship after that fight. And Archon's not able to actually get a trade in the middle of that. Now Power of Friendship will group up and look to take out this top tier 1 tower.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Looks like Dire's structures
Take a look at
are
the gold graphs here.
fortified.
We can
Dire's top tower is
see
under attack.
a pretty close game so far. Power of Friendship was in the lead, dipped back down, and now they're about 600 gold going their direction. The same deal for the experience. So overall, fairly close game, largely thanks to all the gold sitting on this Lone Druid. Ogre Magi now has a Soul Ring up. That'll give him a little bit of magic regen and, mana regen and sustain that he needs to last longer in these fights. We see the point booster coming out for the Zeus. Power of Friendship chasing this Night Stalker here, trying to make sure he doesn't get into their jungle, put down too many wards. Was able to get an Observer Ward down here at some point though. Snowball forward by the Tusk here. Crush follows up. They'll be able to quickly clean up this Ogre Magi, and then they'll look to escape underneath this Frozen Sigil. Zeus just farming up here, 1700 gold up on him plus a point booster. We'll see what he wants to go for first. Could be an Octarine Core, could be an Aghanim Scepter. Invoker 2000 gold up after completing his Hand of Midas. We'll see what he actually wants to grab next. Lone Druid 3400 gold up on him. He's 400 gold away from the Sacred Relic, and then another 1400 gold away from completing this Radiance. 4-step forward by the Slardar, gets a quick crush out onto this Invoker, might be able to pick him up here. Invoker will throw out the Ice Wall and then look to turn this now that the Ogre Magi is in the area. Invoker will run back in, get crushed and killed.
To protect you.
So a little bit of advantage gold-wise going towards the side of Archon after that, but you don't want to be losing your Lone Druid to this, or this Invoker to a fairly under-farmed off-lane Slardar. Looks like the Phantom Lancer will look at completing up a Diffusal Blade next.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is done for. Oh boy, Morty, this is some pretty fantastic stuff happening right here.
Yeah, you said it, Rick.
Heads up.
See if I can boost up my mic a little bit here. Alright, I boosted up my microphone. Let me know if it's too loud for everybody now. Sorry, I was yelling kind of last week, but my voice almost died, so I got to be a little bit quieter this week to hope I last a whole week of casting. Slardar just kind of in the area. Looks like he's gotten Gloves of Haste up now. We'll see what he actually wants to pick up next. He might try to go for a Hand of Midas to counteract all the Hand of Midases that came out for the side of Team Archon. 1600 gold up on the Darkseer now. We'll see if he wants to go for a Blink or complete something like his Guardian Greaves, which would be just 60 gold away right now. Lone Druid has the Sacred Relic up and is just 500 gold away from completing his Radiance. Invoker actually goes for a Blink Dagger next, trying to hope that the reposition ability that the I'll say that's a word that the Blink Dagger gives him will be what they need to start turning these team fights. Quick team fight here. Death Orb rolling through behind the Witch Doctor. That'll clean up the Invoker. The Lone Druid will then fall to the Slardar's Crush. Coconut coming out from the Witch Doctor here. And now, since Power of Friendship has so many in the top lane, they'll look to just kind of continue the push up on the top here. See the Phantom Lancer down, just farming up in the jungle. Blink Dagger actually comes out for the Darkseer. We'll see if he can land a nice Blink Vacuum into a wall to turn a couple of these big team fights here. Now we see Archon had kind of brought this game back to their way, but after that 2-0 going in the way of Power of Friendship, it'll swing back in the way of Power of Friendship, but still this game remains fairly close.
Dire's bottom tower's under attack.
Largely on the back of this Lone Druid, who's managed to amass so much money. Lone Druid, 1200 gold away from completing his Radiance now. Darkness will come out from the Night Stalker, trying to kind of swing the vision in their way a little bit, helping him farm up a little bit here. Looks like he's going to go for a Aghanim Scepter next. We will see the Slardar pick up a Hand of Midas, trying to deal with the, I believe it's 3 Hand of Midas. It doesn't tell me anything. The 3 Hand of Midases that came out from the side of Team Archon. See an Octarine Core picked up by the Zeus. He'll be throwing out those spells faster than ever, and it'll give him a little bit of survivability, as it is a large HP boost, but it also gives him a lot of regen from all of his spells, healing him as they deal damage. See a smoke up from the side of Power of Friendship. They will run smack bang into the Invoker here. See if the Slardar is able to get the crush out. Invoker still stunned up. Witch Doctor, Death Ward from the high ground, not dealing any damage to anybody yet. And he'll have to just cancel that and back up. Right now, just a 1-for-1. You see a quick vacuum onto the Tusk. That'll cost him his life. Fluff and Stuff able to catch out this Zeus here as he tries to run away. The Lone Druid will rush forward and attempt to kill this Zeus. Phantom Lancer doing a lot of damage here. He'll be able to actually kill the Lone Druid before they can bring down the Zeus. And he's able to bring down the Ogre Magi as well. In the end, a 3-for-2 going in the way of Power of Friendship. See about 700 gold swing the way of Power of Friendship after that engagement. Invoker actually picks off the Zeus in the middle of the jungle, it looks like here. And the Phantom Lancer will look to clean up the Night Stalker after that. And he shouldn't have much trouble doing that with the Witch Doctor coming around, throwing one quick stun out for the Phantom Lancer to catch up. So that was almost 1,000 gold going the way of Invoker after that fight. So it looks like a nice Sunstrike is what finished him off after the Night Stalker caught him out there. So with that, graphs will start to even out once again. Ogre Magi with his Arcane Boots up, Soul Ring up. See the Spirit Bear get picked off by the side of Power of Friendship here, and they'll look to trying to continue this push along the top lane here, hopefully able to get a tower. We see all of Archon in the area. The Ogre Magi will throw out a Bloodlust onto this tower to help it deal a little bit more damage here. See the Phantom Lancer down in the mid lane, no Boots of Travel up or anything on him, so he will be out of this fight. Night Stalker spots out the Witch Doctor here. Invoker moving in, he'll throw down the Meatball, trying to clear up this creep wave as best he can. And that'll be the end of the push for now. And we see all of Archon coming in. Night Stalker in the area, trying to get as much vision as possible out. And Power of Friendship will just have to back up after that one. Smoke up from the side of Archon, hunting for the Power of Friendship heroes here. The Lone Druid Bear will spot out the Slardar here, but the Archon heroes will actually back up and do a delta split, trying to get away, making sure they don't actually get caught out by this Slardar's crush. Ogre Magi up to 200 gold after completing Arcane Boots. We'll see what item he actually wants to pick up next here. Phantom Lancer will just continue to work on this bottom lane here. 1800 gold up on him. We'll see what he wants to complete next. Might be something like a Mana Style. Throw out a Lance onto the Lone Druid, just get a bit of harassment onto him. 1600 gold up on the Lone Druid here. Not sure what he wants to pick up next. Looks like he's just got a cloak and boots of speed here. Might be trying to pick up a little more survivability for himself and his bear. We'll see the side of Archon start to head over to this top lane to once again kind of D it here. As we see 4 heroes from Power of Friendship in the area. Looks like Invoker is going to be going for an Aghanim Scepter next. Check this Darkseer. And looks like he's got a headdress up. Looks like he'll be completing a pipe for his next item. See Night Stalker, Aghanim Scepter, Gem up, giving chase to the side of Power of Friendship, trying to catch out anybody he can with his enhanced vision. Slardar will actually be picking up a BKB next. Witch Doctor just 140 gold away from completing his Aghanim Scepter. Mech up on the Tusk. Zeus, 2,000 gold up on him. We'll see what he actually wants to complete next.
Those little rascals are hitting Dyer's bottom tower.
Lone Druid down on bottom. Scouting out. Alt comes out from the Zeus here, able to catch out the Darkseer quickly. And they know where everybody else is now, so we'll see if they want to try to sneak a Roche. Looks like they're just going to work on defending their mid tower, and maybe they'll push out this mid tier 2 a little bit here. Ward spots out Night Stalker moving into the area. And everybody will just back up and play it safe. Night Stalker pings out a high ground ward. He'll use his Iron Talon to clear that from the low ground. They'll spot him dewarding that, so they know he's got a gem up, obviously. Mana Style now completed by the Phantom Lancer. Another 1600 gold on top of that. We'll see what he wants to grab next. Guardian Greaves actually come out for this Tusk. Witch Doctor has completed his Aghanim Scepter, so this next team fight will be plenty of damage bouncing through from his Death Ward if he can manage to land a long channeled one. Archon converging onto this Phantom Lancer. Scouting Alt comes out from the Zeus, and that will reveal the Phantom Lancer that he's in a bit of trouble here. Vacuum comes out onto the Phantom Lancer, and he'll just doppelganger away. Sunstrike comes out from the Invoker. Phantom Lancer trying to run away. Slardar shows up, Blink Crush onto the Darkseer. Zeus is in the area along with the Witch Doctor here, and we see the Tusk moving in, trying to get a snowball off. Got the snowball off. Not sure on who. Looks like he was onto the Darkseer. He'll head down to the bottom, throw out a Sigil, throw out some shards at a second here just to get as much damage as possible. It doesn't actually throw out the shards, it looks like. So in the end, a 2-for-0 going in the way of Archon after that one. And Darkseer will continue to chase after behind this Night Stalker who's trying to catch out maybe this Witch Doctor. We'll see about 1,000 gold going the way of Archon after that one. Slardar BKB recipe sitting in the bank. 300 gold away from getting the Mithril Hamel to finish that up. Zeus, Ultimate Orb up on him now. Probably looking to... I don't actually know what he's looking to go for. Snake King deafening the roar out onto the Slardar from this Invoker here. Nice blink forward or follow up by a vacuum wall from this Darkseer. Slaughter will actually buy back. This Witch Doctor working on going down. Hasn't been able to get his ult off yet. Alt comes out from the Witch Doctor from the low ground, able to clean up this Lone Druid and Ogre Magi, and the Phantom Lancer was able to pick off the Invoker at the top of that fight. And so with that buyback coming out, they'll move into the Roche and finish that off quickly here. Aegis now up on the Phantom Lancer, and they'll probably D their top, or their mid and bottom, and then look to push in at any three of these lanes here. Likely they'll head down the mid now that they've buffed these creeps up here. Looks like they'll scatter to the winds, feeling they won't be able to get to a tower in time. So after that fight here, we can see net worth made it up to almost 3,000 in the favor of Power of Friendship. Dick back down to almost even, and now is almost about 1,000 on the side of Power of Friendship. But still, this fight remains very, very close here. Or this game remains very close. XP wise, almost 9,000 in the way of Power of Friendship though. So if we check the levels here, we should notice a bit of a difference. And a lot of that level difference is from this level 19 Phantom Lancer.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
See the Invoker hunting in the bottom here with a Night Stalker, not able to find anybody. Scouting out, Alt comes out from the Roche, or from the Zeus. That'll reveal all of the Archon heroes in the jungle.
Dire's middle tower's under attack.
Phantom Lancer will begin working on this mid lane here, but lacking the creeps right now, so he's got to wait a couple seconds where the backdoor regen will go away. We can see all of Archon has TP'd up to defend this tier 2 tower, with the rest of Power of Friendship coming up, smoked through the jungle, looking to try to catch him off guard on the side here. But Archon will notice all the heroes missing from Power of Friendship and move back into the base, not wanting to get caught out and lose anything else. See the Invoker playing a little bit far forward. Walrus Punch will come out on him to catch him, but quick Ghost Walk will keep him alive. Tier 2 goes down, and now they're knocking on their door, but Power of Friendship will turn around and head back into the jungle. Now they'll head up towards the top, trying to take out another tier 2 tower. Shouldn't have much trouble taking out this one. We can see all of Archon grouped up in the mid lane here, just trying to keep the wave pushed down as much as possible, make sure it doesn't start to breach the high ground, while the Phantom Lancer still has this Aegis up. Slardar now has his BKB completed. As soon as the courier can get out to him again, Zeus Ultimate Orb up, 2,700 gold. $1,300 gold up on this Tusk. We'll see if he wants to pick up like a Blink Dagger next, or what he actually wants. Phantom Lancer completed Diffusal level 2, has Boots of Travel, plus another 3,200 gold. I could see something like a Heart coming out next from this Phantom Lancer, just to add that bit of tank ability and make him that much harder to deal with. Plate Meal out on the Spirit Bear now. I imagine this will be an Assault Cuirass coming out next for the Lone Druid once he gets the money. And he actually completed a Vladimir's Offering in the meantime. And now we'll see Power of Friendship group up on the bottom here and look to take out this last remaining tier 2 tower while they still have this Aegis. Looks like the Lone Druid will look to try to take the top tier 2, while the Invoker was trying to take out the mid tier 1. Not able to get a trade on either tower right now. And all of Power of Friendship will move in and look to give chase. Phantom Lancer trying to Phantom Rush forward and trying to catch out somebody here. He'll do a little bit of damage to this lone druid bear. Throw the diffusal charge out on it, trying to catch it. Crush will come out, and this will be the death of the bear. Quick 300 gold going their way. Lone druid will pop his new bear, so if they can catch it out again in the next 120 seconds, he'll be fairly well crippled. Archon will just head back to the mid, make sure the wave doesn't push in too much. Maybe try to get its raid onto this tier 1 tower, as it's only got 200 HP left. Phantom Lancer, he'll actually TP nowhere. Smoke will come out from the side of Power of Friendship, try to catch out this Archon. Smoke came out from Archon, trying to catch out Power of Friendship. Able to find the Zeus here. Quick 4-step up onto the high ground of him, that'll save him. Tusk in the middle, Snowball forward. Crush still ready to come out for the Slardar here. Death Ward rolled through, not able to pick off anybody. They were able to interrupt it fairly fast here. No kills yet come out for the side of Power of Friendship, but they've lost the Zeus and the Slardar. Now the Phantom Lancer will show up and begin to pick off heroes. Already killed the Darkseer, not able to kill the Invoker before he gets away, and Phantom Lancer will just have to exit before he gets surrounded and picked off. Invoker staying in the area, just 400 HP left on him. Looks like he's looking to complete a Black King bar next. Throwing a long-range tornado, trying to eliminate as many of these Radiant creeps as possible. Eye of Scotty actually comes out from the Phantom Lancer. That'll give him the tank ability he needs to stay in this fight, and no one will get away from him anymore. Archon ripping through the base of Power of Friendship while all the heroes are down here. Tusk will buy back. Zeus finally respawns. Might lose the bear here, and they'll be without a bear for about 60 seconds. Oh. It's already been 2 minutes since the last bear died, so new bear in 5 seconds. Lone Druid will just TP home and wait out the respawn here. Aether Lens now completed from the Ogre Magi, and another 2,000 gold up on him.
Radiant's middle barracks are as good as gone.
Looks like the Forged Spirits are able to clean up the ranged racks in the mid lane. And so after that quick little team fight right outside their base, Archon shows the power of the bear and immediately walks in and takes half a lane of racks. And now the Assault Cuirass is completed on the Lone Druid, so the next base push will happen even faster. Darkseer, Guardian Greaves, Blink Dagger, Point Booster up on him. Phantom Lancer, 1,300 gold after completing the Scotty. We'll see what he wants to pick up next. Zeus, 4,000 gold plus his ultimate orb. Not really sure what he's trying to save for. Tusk, Guardian Greaves up on him. Witch Doctor, Aether Lens out on him, trying to get as much range as possible when he throws out that Death Ward. Plus a gem. Phantom Lancer down here in the bottom, trying to catch out this Lone Druid before he can actually leave. Not able to make it happen. Invoker running forward here. Slardar not far away. Doesn't actually have a Blink Dagger yet. I don't know if he doesn't want the Blink Dagger because of the Radiance on the Lone Druid. Thinks he'll never actually be able to use it. But he definitely would be able to kill the Invoker there if he had it. Zeus head up to the top to work on pushing out these creep waves, pushing into their tier 2 tower. Checking the graphs now, it's actually swung about 3,000 in the favor of Team Archon in the gold. And smoke up from Team Archon here, trying to hunt and see what they can find. They'll see the Slardar and the Phantom Assassin in the jungle here. Make a go onto the Slardar. He's able to get his BKB off. Invoker pops the Ghost Walk, and they'll just disengage after that fight, not able to actually pick anybody off. And now we'll see, still remaining just short of 3,000 gold in the favor of Archon. Phantom Lancer, looks like he just completed a Basher. So trying to get a stun, sick of people TPing out underneath him here. I imagine he'll be turning that into an Abyssal Blade as soon as he can. Zeus buys a Refresher Orb, plus he has this random Ultimate Orb. I wonder if he forgot they changed the recipe up for that, and that's what he was initially trying to make, but just kind of bought the wrong item, or if he just wanted a little bit of survivability, and the Ultimate Orb would certainly give him that. Phantom Lancer will actually deny their bottom tier 2 tower, just trying to deny the gold from Archon. Archon has found out that Roche is actually up. They are doing it quickly. Phantom Lancer not in the area, streaming his illusions that direction, and we see a smoke up. Nope, the rest of the team is just kind of slowly walking in. Phantom Lancer will get his hero's illusions in there. See the Slardar jump in, not able to actually catch anybody out here. Invoker will pop up his BKB. Death Ward from the Witch Doctor will get cancelled right away from the Deafening Blast here. Slardar able to pop the Lone Druid Aegis fairly quickly here. And now they'll lose the bear on the Lone Druid and able to get a bash out on this Lone Druid to cancel the TP here. Sunstrike comes out from the Invoker trying to pick off somebody, not able to actually get a pick off here. And now the Invoker will just walk away. So in the end, 3 for 1 with 3,300 gold going in the way of Power of Friendship. So Archon was able to get the Roche and the Aegis out of that, but not able to do anything with it, as the Slardar was able to get in right away and quickly pick off the Lone Druid. Invoker might get caught out here by the Phantom Lancer. Didn't see him and already thrown out the Spirit Lance, so won't be able to catch him. Power of Friendship looking to draw out a couple buybacks here. Lone Druid has it. Night Stalker does not. Darkseer does not. So it looks like they'll be willing to trade a lane of Rax here, waiting the 20 seconds before the Lone Druid is actually alive again. Invoker, quick Tornado Sunstrike or Tornado Meatball, Deafening Blast onto this Phantom Lancer. That'll stop his pushing power for a little bit. Slardar waiting in the rings. Oh, a nice 4x multicast comes out onto the Phantom Lancer, and that'll be the death of him. A lot more damage than he was really anticipating catching right there, and they won't actually be able to clean up a lane of Rax as a result of that. Phantom Lancer does have the money for a buyback though, so he'll look to use it if they get too close to the base here. Slardar will just walk his way out of there, has a plate mill up. We'll see if he wants to complete the Assault Cuirass to help out the pushing power of this Phantom Lancer. See the Night Stalker head up to the high ground here. Just trying to bait out any spells he can. A couple long range ignites come out from the Ogre Magi. He actually completes a Veil of Discord, trying to boost up the damage of himself, this Darkseer, and the Invoker as much as possible. Slardar crushes the creep wave here, trying to buy as much time as possible for this Phantom Lancer to actually respawn. And we'll see Archon just clean up a set of Ancients and head back out, not able to convert anything. Don't want to risk anything with no Aegis up on any of their heroes. Zeus 1200 gold after completing this Refresher Orb. Invoker will buy a new gem, hand it to the Night Stalker, I imagine here. 2000 gold up on the Night Stalker. $3,600 gold up on the Invoker. You can still buy Boots of Travel and replace an item here, so we'll see another item come out from him eventually. Probably be something like a Sheep Stick. Aghanim Scepter now completed by the Darkseer. Aghanim Scepter actually comes out from the Lone Druid, and that'll let the Lone Druid Bear actually attack from any range and survive if the Lone Druid dies. So, you know, now they actually have an extra hero to kill, basically, and they don't lose, you know, 7,000 of their, well, more than 7,000. they don't lose this 10,000 net worth Spirit Bear when he goes down. He's probably more like 14,000. Zeus, 1,500 gold up on him. See the Phantom Lancer just farming up 4,900 gold. He's got almost enough to buy the Sacred Relic to complete the Abyssal Blade. That'll give him some nice catch out if they're able to ever find anybody just out where they shouldn't be. And just 200 gold here. He'll have the money to buy that and still have enough for the buyback. See the Spirit Bear able to split push a little easier now that he doesn't actually need to be next to JO. Ogre Magi has recompleted his Arcane Boots, kind of feeling the hurt of turning his first pair of Arcane Boots into an Aether Lens. 3,000 gold up on this Witch Doctor. We'll see what he wants to complete next. Might be something like a Sheep's Think. The more Sheeps the better. It'll give him a lot of disable. Abyssal Blade now completed on this Phantom Lancer. Night Stalker in the area. Got a little bit of scouting done with that. Have a Smoke just following around this Ogre Magi, looking to group up and head into the enemy woods as soon as they're finished farming up these creeps, I'd imagine here. And we'll see most of Archon group up and look to pop a smoke. So they'll smoke up and look to catch out anybody they can find here. They'll see the Slardar in the mid. It'll be a nice quick jump. We'll see if they want to make a go on him. Fire Blast comes out, followed up by Vacuum. Slardar will get off the BKB and just run away. Phantom Lancer will TP into the middle lane, set his illusions down to start harassing this Archon team here, and they'll quickly clean up these illusions because they're not spawning anything else. So now we see Archon grouped up as 5, just running down the middle lane, probably looking to try to take out this melee Rax here. See the Lone Druid Bear up on top, split pushing on his own. And we'll actually see the Archon team swing up towards the top, clean up these Ancients, and get a little vision in. No team really wants to try to push up high ground without an Aegis right now. So it's a bit of a waiting game to see if they can actually just pick somebody else off here. And then, instantly take a lane of Rax. As we saw last time when Power of Friendship lost 3 right at the river. Maelstrom now completed on the Lone Druid Bear, so his split pushing speed will increase. Slardar just kind of working on farming up. Has the Assault Cuirass completed now. 4 Staff, Gem, BKB. Tusk has now completed a Blink Dagger. See 3,700 gold up on the Witch Doctor. Hasn't bought a second item yet here. We'll see what he wants to complete next. Zeus, 2,400 gold up on him. We'll see what he wants to buy next. We'll see Power of Friendship just clean up some jungle creeps here. Another 4,000 gold up on this Phantom Lancer. He can replace these drums pretty soon here with probably a heart, and he can upgrade his Boots of Travel another time. Invoker will complete the Scythe of Vice, and that'll be on him shortly whenever the courier catches up. See the Slardar head back and to the mid here. He'll just clean a couple creeps up with the help of this Phantom Lancer. Checking the gold graphs, we can see swinging in the favor of Archon right now. They're getting a lot more use out of the jungles. Well, this team's kind of in a stalemate here. Slardar will find the Rosh up. Phantom Lancer not quite in the area, but he'll be here shortly. And if they're quick, they'll be able to finish off this Roshan before Archon can actually show up. No smoke up on them yet, and looks like they will be able to sneak out this Roshan quickly here. Sunstrike will come out from the Invoker, but not able to actually do anything with it here. And we'll see all of Power of Friendship TP out, trying to make sure that this Night Stalker does not catch anybody out. Zeus will TP home and look to just push out the top lane here. So now we'll see what Power of Friendship actually wants to do with this Aegis. They can't really rely on Archon trying to push up to their high ground. They will have to be a bit aggressive here and try to finish off this lane of Rax in the mid. We see the Molmir now completed on the Lone Druid. Another 900 gold on top of that. Invoker just doing his best to split push around the map here. Another 3,000 gold up on him. I imagine we'll see him replace these phase boots next with boots of travel. Phantom Lancer might see the Invoker here. If he does, I imagine he'll make a run for him. Invoker will throw out the Deafening Blast, Tornado, Meatball. Ogre Magi working his way over. It does a lot of damage actually to this Phantom Lancer. Gets him down to half HP. Zeus will throw out the Scouting Ult, trying to catch out anybody they can here. They'll see the Night Stalker, they'll see the Ogre Magi. Slardar's working on rushing down this Ogre Magi here. Not able to get to him in time, too worried about this Invoker catching up. Lone Druid Bear chasing the Tusk here. They'll actually go onto him with the amp damage. He dies very fast. Phantom Lancer, he'll just head back down to the bottom, continue to push. You may have noticed his HP is quite low, so I imagine he'll be buying a Heart next to try to keep alive a little bit longer. Molmir actually now comes out for the Night Stalker. Everybody just going split push. Invoker sold his phase boots, bought boots of travel. 200 gold short of a buyback right now, but he should get that before any sort of team fight erupts. Witch Doctor bought the BKB, hoping that he can actually channel this Death Ward a little bit longer. So far, every time he's done it, he's gotten interrupted immediately, and it's only gotten one or two little hits out. $2,000 gold up on this Tusk. We'll see what he wants to get next. I could look at something like a Lotus Orb to try to reflect some of these Ignites or Fire Blasts back towards the sides of Archon. See the Phantom Lancer TP onto the Slardar in the mid, and it looks like they'll attempt to break the high ground here. They'll immediately rush up and go for the ranged rack this time, as last time when they went into melee racks, that just didn't result in anything, and it took them too long to actually get back into the base to make that damage worth it. See a nice vacuum wall come out onto this Slardar, and Phantom Lancer, Night Stalker in the sidelines here, trying to pick off this Witch Doctor before he can do anything. They'll actually pull out the Aegis from the Phantom Lancer, and they'll get him a second time in just a second. Nice doppelganger, and he'll be able to avoid most of that. Invoker throwing out a tornado from the back line there. Witch Doctor got a short channel of his Death Ward before he's interrupted. Still nobody down except for the Tusk on the side of Power of Friendship. Nice vacuum comes out from the Darkseer, but the Phantom Lancer has gone down. Zeus is about to go down to this Night Stalker, and they should be able to catch down this Slardar here. Blink forward from the Darkseer, not able to get him before the Slardar can get the crush out, and he'll continue to run. But this Invoker is very speedy with the Surge. Blinks forward, and he'll find the Slardar, and this will be the death of the Slardar momentarily. Witch Doctor, only survivor, being hunted down by this Night Stalker right now. Shouldn't have any trouble catching him. It is nighttime. He has a gem and an Aghanim Scepter. There is no hiding from this Night Stalker. Quick Void will come out, and this will be the death of the Witch Doctor. Slardar buys back. He won't do much to slow down this Invoker, but he'll do what he can. Darkseer running in, trying to kill this melee Rax. Phantom Lancer will buy back. quick go onto this Invoker. That'll be the death of the Invoker. He was a bit too far forwards there. So they traded a buyback on the Phantom Lancer and Slardar for an Invoker. Not too terrible. About net 200 gold going the way of Archon after that. Both teams actually lost gold. So after that, we can see about 10,000 gold in the advantage of Archon. And Power Friendship has brought this game back momentarily. Phantom Lancer probably has a heart flying out. I actually went for the BKB on the Phantom Lancer, thinking that it's all the magic damage, not just raw HP that he needs, which is pretty accurate. The Invoker's doing most of the damage here. So we can see 31,000 net worth on this Phantom Lancer, 29,000 on this Lone Druid. They're fairly neck and neck, but the next three heroes are all on the side of Archon. I'll actually jump this over to buyback because that's all that really matters right now. So we can see Invoker buyback is ready, Night Stalker buyback is ready, Darkseer buyback is ready, Lone Druid buyback is ready. So we'll see how patient either side is. All you really need to do is slowly pick off heroes and make them use their buyback before you actually commit to a death push here. It looks like Power of Friendship will just use some illusions from the Phantom Lancer to try to get a little bit of damage onto the melee ranks here. Won't do much. Spirit Bear actually split pushing up top here, able to get this tower down to about a 5th HP. Smoke up from the side of Power of Friendship, hoping to catch out this Invoker, and they'll quickly blink, well, they'll Force Staff and crush into him, and that'll be the death of the Invoker for 90 seconds. Has the buyback, so now Power of Friendship needs to run down a lane and force out the buyback from the Invoker as fast as possible here. We can see the Lone Druid Bear in the mid, just working on split pushing. He might be able to take out this lane of Rax here. See the Zeus TP home to deal with this. Phantom Lancer, he's just continuing to farm here. So nothing able to be accomplished so far from this Invoker death. They really needed to try to draw out a buyback to kind of make that death meaningful. Another minute and a half and the Aegis will be back up. We'll see if they can do anything with that. Both teams wanting to try to play it safe until they actually can find the Roshan, it looks like. Zeus picks up a BKB, puts the ultimate orb into his stash. Doesn't know what to do with it, I guess. Night Stalker farming up extremely quickly, has a Moon Shard on him now. Ogre Magi, 2,600 gold up on him. Soul Ring, Aether Lens, Veil of Discord. Imagine he'll pick up a Aghanim Scepter eventually, as it gives him another stun, which is always useful. Slardar finally gets the Blink Dagger, recognizing that they actually need to catch somebody else out here in order to kill them. Scouting Alt comes out from the Zeus. They'll get a little bit of idea where everybody's at, trying to catch this Ogre Magi, who is TP scrollless. Sunstrike comes out from the Invoker, scouting out. Roche is actually about to respawn here. If they linger too long in the pit, it'll pop up just a second away there. They actually missed the respawn of the Roche. Smoke up from the side of Archon, thinking the Roche is about to be up soon here. We'll see if they're able to catch out anybody here. Night Stalker moving forwards. You'll see the entire team up on this hill here. It is nighttime. We'll see the rest of Archon slowly move over. Still a little bit confused about where the Power of Friendship heroes are, it looks like. This Night Stalker should have a pretty good idea that the Slardar is just right above him here. Ogre Magi will now come up and follow up the Night Stalker, give him a Bloodlust, hoping to catch somebody else out here. Dust of Appearance just kind of laying on the ground right there. Night Stalker continues to stalk this Power of Friendship team. They know exactly where they are, trying to get a team fight set up. They'll see the Phantom Lancer, that's a pretty good juicy target, and the Invoker will jump forward. Sheath Meatball, Deafening Blast, followed up with a nice vacuum wall. Don't even need the wall here. Phantom Lancer is still alive. Vladimir's offering is up for him, so he's able to survive a little bit. Night Stalker actually goes down in the middle of all of that. Heard the Death Ward rolling out, didn't see anybody die. Probably got interrupted immediately. Zeus ult comes out, still trying to kill this first bear of the Lone Druid here. Able to get the bear, and he's without a bear for another 100 seconds. Vacuum comes out from the Darkseer, trying to buy as much time as possible. Lone Druid will just barely make it out. They'll be able to kill the Darkseer hopefully here, and they will be able to catch out the Darkseer. Trying to catch this Invoker here before he can actually escape. Another ult comes out from the Zeus. That was his refresher charge. Snowball forward onto this Invoker here. That'll be the death of the Invoker. Phantom Lancer able to pick off the Ogre Magi after that. We can see the double wall here from the Darkseer. And now all of Power of Friendship needs to rush down the mid and try to force out some buybacks. See a buyback come out from the Ogre Magi, but Lone Druid not actually dead. Invoker has a buyback up. Darkseer no buyback for another second here, and then he'll have it ready. Invoker buys back. Night Stalker doesn't have a buyback. And with this Darkseer dead, they'll actually look to take the Roshan. Archon won't be able to get down here in time to deal anything about that.
Tell you something about the Radiant. They sure know how to kill Roshan.
It's about time somebody took him out.
Phantom
Guy's a
Lancer,
weirdo.
Aegis of the
Yeah, he's
Immortal up.
giant and weird.
Invoker DC's out. Must be having some connection issues here. And checking the graphs after that fight, it's naturally covered up. Looks to be about even, I would bet, on the other side of this. I can't see it, but... So we can see down here on the bottom. So... it's like, what, 5,000 gold in the advantage of Archon right now? But gold is pretty much meaningless here. The bigger thing is the buyback from the Invoker and the buyback from the Ogre Magi. If they can pick out either of these two heroes, they'll be dead for a large amount of time. We can see the Zeus has the ultimate orb back in his inventory. Finally bought those boots of travel, so he's able to hold it again. I think it's mostly a shame ultimate orb at this point, unless there was some other idea with it. Maybe he was going to buy a Lincoln Sphere. Maybe he was going to go for a Scythe and then decided he needed the survivability instead of the... Actually, he went for the refresher after he bought the orb. So maybe he decided he needed the damage instead of the lockdown. So now he can save up and convert that into a Scythe of Ice. And that was the wrong button. Sorry about that, folks. 1 second here. We will jump right back into this game. This game is getting to be long here. Right back in the game. Didn't miss anything. So we can see the side of Power of Friendship just continuing to farm up, not able to pick anybody else off here. Buybacks, Invokers is down for another 6 minutes. You can see the Phantom Lancer just working on pushing away here. Invokers up top, working on split pushing. Now my in-game music has died. That's always exciting. We'll see Power of Friendship group up here. They still have this Aegis of the Immortal up. An extra 4,000 gold up on the Phantom Lancer. We'll see if he wants to buy an item next, or if he's just going to sit on that gold and buy gems and such for the team. Looks like he dropped the Diffusal Blade. And he might look for something like a heart now for a little bit more survivability, or maybe go for the Divine Rapier. Trying to kill this middle Rax here. Not able to get it. Deafening Blast comes out. Slaughter will go down underneath the ding dings, and the Phantom Lancer will actually get caught. This will cost him his Aegis. The rest of the team sitting in the background here. Slaughter buys back. He'll start running towards the mid as fast as he can, trying to rejoin this fight. BKB will come up from the Phantom Lancer. Death Ward from the low ground there, not able to do anything with it. Tusk will go down, and this team of Archon will push out and look to pick off as many people as they can. Witch Doctor down, Tusk down. And so that is 2,600 gold going the way of Archon. But there is no buyback on anybody that matters right now. If they pick off the Slardar, his buyback will be down for 6 minutes here. But the Tusk and the Witch Doctor both have a buyback up ready to go. Net worth graph here, 6,000 in the way of Archon. See the Darkseers having some divine inspiration here. Buyback from the Tusk, able to kill off the first bear from the Lone Druid. He's got another one ready to be resummoned though. Archon trying not to get caught out here. Trying to make a go onto the Slardar here. If they can kill him, he'll be dead for another 6 minutes. And instead they're able to kill this Invoker. That's 2 minutes that he doesn't have a respawn here. Making a go onto this Night Stalker here. Might be able to pick him off. BKB comes out on the bear itself. Might be able to pick off the Darkseer here. Phantom Lancer just slowly ripping through this enemy team here. Night Stalker goes down. Phantom Lancer goes down. He's got a buyback ready. He'll pop the buyback. TP into the middle of the fight here. Death Ward comes out from the Witch Doctor, and that'll be the death of the Ogre Magi. Lone Druid still barely alive here. He actually TP'd home. He's fine. Didn't lose a lane of racks for that. Didn't lose any towers. Refresher Orb will actually come out from the Lone Druid, just wanting to help with that bear cooldown a little bit here. Actually keep it on his hero himself. They could also get some Savage Roar, which will help catch out heroes. And of course that Battle Cry with the bonus 150 damage bonus armor. Nothing to shake a stick at here. Phantom Lancer in the middle, doing his best to cut the creep wave. Has a bit before the creeps actually get to him. Has 40 seconds before this Invoker will be able to buy back. Can't quite get through this Rax himself. Doesn't quite have the damage. Zeus should be arriving with a single creep in just a second here. One single range creep will be all he needs, and then this Phantom Lancer will be able to finish off this range Rax if somebody remembers to actually hit that thing. Zeus finishes off the Rax. Night Stalker will go back. Night Stalker will buy back and start hunting for the Zeus here. He'll TP out. He has a buyback up and he'll need to use it momentarily. Night Stalker looking to end the game right here. Enters the fight against this Lone Druid. He TP'd out in the middle of that, it looks like. Nothing to stop the TP. He BKB'd, so we're able to Savage Roar. Darkseer continues with his exciting particle effects. He is now the Phoenix Darkseer, and he will run down the mid trying to even this back up here. Zeus has a buyback ready, and Lone Druid has a buyback ready. The starter will be dead. We'll see this Pink Night Stalker run in and work on trying to finish off this melee Rax. We see the Lone Druid sick of the TP out underneath him by a Basher.
Feels like they don't even care.
Archon trying their best to split push these creep waves here, or these lanes here. Snowball up from the Tusk. Looks like they'll go on to somebody. Didn't actually see where he went. Tusk will go down here. Zeus will be Zeus will buy back. Tusk does not have a buyback, so he's out for 75 seconds. Witch Doctor stunned up here. Quick vacuum into the wall. Zeus throws out the ult, trying to catch off anybody they can here. Slardar goes down on the back lines there. And we'll see the Invoker jump forward. A lot of damage coming out onto him. Witch Doctor will go down. Phantom Lancer not able to clean up anybody here. Now we'll see this Lone Druid Bear just destroy the barracks here. And the Zeus and Phantom Lancer are all that are going to be able to stop this Archon onslaught here. And they are destroying towers. They need to get in there now if they want to have any shot at this game going any longer here. Phantom Lancer and Zeus will go down right now, and this will be the game. Snake King calls GG. So everybody, that was game number 1 of this best of 3 versus Power Friendship versus Archon on the ProDota Cup. I am the Opinion Engineer. You can follow me on Twitter at OpinionEngineer. We will be back in a couple minutes here for game number 2.